I'm back! So a few months ago on stream, I had this battle using AI with my friend Julia, and it was absolutely hilarious. So I wanted to share it with you, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's called NovelAI, and it lets you create stories. We have a volunteer as tribute for the first story. Oh, Julia, you would like to do.
Hello, can you hear me?
I also can't hear the music anymore.
Incredibly
Can you hear
unprofessional.
Julia? Julia, say something?
Something.
Ah, perfect, wonderful.
Let's go. When you were explaining how the game works, we were making the clip. So do you mind just going over again what exactly is going on?
Who's unprofessional now?
Oh, that's on the turntables.
Anyway, let me type it out for you. We will be dueling. What are we gonna call this story? We're gonna call it Epic Duel between
A delightful duel.
Julia the what?
Julia the jovial.
Julia the Jove. How do you spell jovial? Jovial.
Jovial.
Oh, I'm well aware. I've got it. Don't worry.
I like jovial better.
Should I do that? Should I do that
Yes,
instead?
yeah.
Julia the Jovial versus Taylor.
Taylor the Terrible.
Taylor the
Taylor the Terrific.
The terrific.
Terribly terrific. That's what you meant, right? You just didn't finish. Julia, what are your weapons? Like, what is your... You get 2 weapons. What is your weapons of choice?
I would like... What's the thing that the Grim Reaper has where it's like a long stick with like a little blade on the end of it?
That is what's known as a scythe.
I would like one such thing, good sir. Okay, I'll pick a second one?
Yes.
Okay, I want some like throwing knives.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's very large. Weapon is a scythe. That's not scythe. Spelling is my downfall.
S-Y-C.
No, it's S-C-Y-T-H-E.
S-C-Y.
Everybody knows. Oh, Julia, this is a picture of you, is it not?
Oh, yes, that is me.
Yes,
it has the beard and everything, yes.
Yes.
A perfect depiction. I feel like the way that Scythe is spelled looks like a name. Like, it looks like something that, like, a Beverly Hills mom would name one of their kids. Like, yeah, this is my daughter's Scythe. Like,
oh, that's so true. So you have a scythe, and you have, what else? A throwing knife, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You have a special ability.
Can it be anything?
It can't be invincibility. Like a power of sorts. It has to be like a energy ability or something. Like...
Gotcha. We'll stick with like a classic. You know what? No. I was gonna do invisibility, but I feel like talking to animals, and then like I could maybe like enlist them into like causing some damage. Okay,
so your weapons are a scythe and a throwing knife, and you can talk to animals.
And like convince them to do things for me. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. So not just talking, but persuading animals.
Yes, persuading animals. Yes.
I'm terrible at spelling. This is so bad.
Persuading.
No, not synonym. I know what it means. So, my weapons are going to be perhaps a sword or slicing weapon of sorts, like a butter knife.
A butter knife.
Yes, I will be taking a butter knife to a gunfight. And let me grab nuke.
I'll just bring a nuke. I was just given like straight up like fun weapon answers, and now I'm regretting my choices.
Your answers are perfect. They're fine. I'm just being funny.
Yes, and I can do that as I am a woman.
Well, you said it.
I understand my place.
No. What's my special ability? It is going to be...
Insomnia.
Insomnia. Wait, that's actually really funny.
You have a nuke, so honestly, you could put anything and you'll pretty much be fine.
Well, that's what you think until the AI gets a hand of it.
Let's just see.
That also means I could kill myself. So.
Oh, that is a good point.
All right, so here's the setting here. Julia the Jovial has scythe and throwing knife. Very effective weapons, and her special ability is persuading animals to do whatever she wants.
Oh, yeah.
If they're persuaded, but she's very, very good at it. And Taylor the Terribly Terrific has weapons, a butter knife, also very effective at cutting things.
Of course.
Like butter.
Butter.
You know? Butter's like threatening.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that shit could like clog your arteries. I mean, come on.
It's scary stuff, man.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yes, exactly. It's a slow death. And so like having that butter knife really, it's stopping it right in its tracks.
I was just thinking that, if anything, it's helping you. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. Let's not think too much into it.
Right, we'll be fine.
And a nuke. Maybe not as strong as a butter knife, but a still pretty good choice.
It's a good
And my special ability is insomnia. All right, so let's start a little story here.
Let's dive in.
Our story, our battle begins. No, the morning sun.
It's like the new version of Mad Libs. Is that what's happening here?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, the morning sun rises as tensions are high.
Okay, so I need like serious music. Epic duel. Julia the Jovial versus Taylor the Terribly Terrific. The morning sun rises as tensions are high. The two opposing heroes, Julia the Jovial and Taylor the Terribly Terrific, face each other amongst the daffodils. And while there is new life in these fields, a new death shall be sprung today.
Yes.
Julia holds her powerful scythe and throwing knives, and has the miraculous ability to convincingly persuade animals to do her bidding. Bumblebees roam the fields, and gophers command the underground. All the while, Taylor the Terribly Terrific stands ready to fight. He holds his trusty, rusty butter knife that has been known to cut butter better than the majority of butter knives. He also brought a nuke to this fight, and although he's not sure what may happen if he uses it, he's not opposed to the idea. He is also a raging insomniac and hasn't slept in days by choice. Julia wants to spread joy through murder and will not let Taylor's terribly terrificness get in the way of this goal. Taylor wants to prove that he is the greatest warrior in the land. He wants to be known as the most terribly terrific hero ever. Julia! I will kill you now! Exclaims Taylor. A faint buzz of bees can be heard approaching. You shall not! Yells Julia as she runs towards Taylor, swings her scythe, and begins the battle. After the first swing, Taylor has been hit twice and begins to panic. I'm sorry! Please don't kill me! Shame on you for even thinking about such actions! Julia replies with a frown. She then turns to the bees and commands them to attack Taylor. The bees swarm around him and sting him repeatedly. My arms feel like they're burning, exclaims Taylor.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. And my legs! They won't stop shaking. In an attempt to save himself, Taylor attempts to run away from Julia, but stumbles down the hillside. What's happening? He asks aloud. A bee lands on his head and bites him hard enough to draw blood. Julia continues. This seems very one-sided.
I know.
Julia continues the battle with Taylor, swinging her scythe back and forth. This isn't fair, screams Taylor. Why won't you just leave me alone?
Yeah, I need your little bitch, Taylor.
Just wait. I'm gonna come back. Why must you try to kill me constantly? Because you are trying to spread your joy through murder. You are spreading death instead of love and happiness, explains Julia. Well, that's kind of your motive, but that, whatever. Projecting a little bit, but that's okay.
Just a tad.
With that said, Julia swings her scythe once more at Taylor. This time, however, Taylor jumps out of the way and stabs Julia in her leg with his butter knife.
Oh, no.
Oh, how the turntable. Ow, 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 ow! Screams Julia. she then falls backwards into the daffodils. Taylor, not knowing what else to do, picks up Julia and carries her off. As he does so, the bees begin to gather again and attack Taylor. He is quickly overwhelmed. He is being stung over and over. His legs no longer work. Suddenly, Taylor feels something inside him change. Instead of pain, he feels great joy. He finds it odd that he's jovial. He finds it odd that he would feel such joy when he is being attacked by bees. He doesn't understand how he could still have feelings left in his body after being stung so many times. He's a masochist. He begins to laugh uncontrollably. He laughs until his sides hurt, even though he's completely covered in bees. He finds the experience to be one of the best things that's happened to him. It's just so good. Taylor looks up and sees that the sun is nearing its apex in the sky. He doesn't know how long he's been laughing or what time it is, but he knows that he can continue fighting no matter the outcome. This is getting serious. I think I might be going through like a panic. Maybe I'm in shock.
Or it sounds like some kind of like power-up thing almost.
Yeah, I'm absorbing the venom.
Yes.
Do bees have venom? I don't even know.
I think so.
He has finally found peace. I might have just reached nirvana by getting stabbed so many. Or maybe it's just like the bees stung me so many times. They have some sort of like psychosis thing going on. Like, I'm high off the bee sting. Like, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
What is going on, man?
Like, look, I have never been more at peace. Let me tell you what. Sting me a little more, damn. Let me get some of that. As the sun sets in the field, Taylor can be seen walking home in the distance. He's smiling happily. He has no idea why he has such a cheerful mood after this battle.
Am I just like lying in the field just somewhere?
He walks past the sign, which reads, "Welcome to Westwood Valley." Taylor smiles and walks through the gates. He pauses momentarily as he realizes he has never seen this place before in his life. All right, we're gonna put it back on track here. And at that moment, Julia comes up behind Taylor and attempts to throw a knife at him. "You," says Julia. "I will kill you." Julia throws her knife at Taylor, but Taylor catches it midair. It's rusty and covered in dirt. He tosses it aside and walks away. "You're not stopping my ascension today." "What was that?" Julia asks. Taylor stops dead in his tracks and turns around. "That was my butter knife." "Your what?" Taylor then lifts the blade and demonstrates. So I must have dropped the butter knife back in the field.
I picked it up.
You picked it up and threw it at me, and I sensed it. I was like, I know this knife from anywhere.
I know this knife.
It's the same knife I've been...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is so good.
Yeah.
It's the same knife I've been carrying since I was a child. I received it as a gift from my grandfather, who had the same knife when he was a boy.
When he was a boy.
As I've grown older, my grip has become weaker, and the knife has gotten rusted so badly that the handle fell off. It's only recently that I've realized that there are numerous other butter knives out there, and I should probably start using a new one. How did you know that was my knife? It's the only one I own. That's why I threw it aside. Julia thinks for a moment and shakes her head in disbelief. So you threw my knife aside after stabbing me with it? Yes, because I didn't want to cause any permanent damage. Do you know how hard it is to find a good butter knife? My grandfather had to spend years searching for one, and I wasn't going to chance ruining mine.
Wow. After he just says, I should probably start using another one.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but this knife.
There are many like them out there, but this knife, this butter knife is mine. Now I have 2 questions for you, says Taylor. "I'm listening," answers Julia. 1, when we met, how much of our conversation did you actually hear? And
it's hard
2,
to hear it over the buzzing of bees.
Are you really an evil villain? Well, I've always wanted to know what people were saying when they talk. So yes. And yes. Good, he continues. "I asked you if you are evil because I am certain you are not.
Oh?
It's quite obvious that you're a kind person, but I need someone to help me prove my point. If you are evil, then I can't trust anyone, and I'll be doomed to a life of loneliness."
No.
Damn, he's having some like crisis right now.
Yeah.
Julia thinks about this for a minute before speaking. "Do you think I'm a fool for believing you?" "No," Taylor responds. "I think you're a very smart woman. You are also incredibly beautiful, and I would like to kiss you. Would you like that?"
I don't know why I had a feeling of like, is this turning into a romance?
I guess that depends on what you want to do. Whoa, Taylor places his hand on her shoulder and gently kisses her lips. Hold on. Let's redirect this.
The AI is writing some kind of fan fiction now.
Yeah, it definitely it went from. Whoa, hey,
Whoa,
Richard.
hey, whoa,
Richard,
whoa.
dude, it's the AI. I don't know what to tell you.
It was the AI, Richard.
Oh, it was the AI.
Richard, think it was the AI.
Ew, I swear, it was the AI.
Where?
5 minutes while I cook our chicken.
And right before their lips touch, Taylor takes his nuke and arms it ready to attack. "Kiss this," yells Taylor. Julia simply smiles and accepts the charge. They kiss and blast ripples across the field. Taylor and Julia are still kissing as the bomb detonates. They're both blown apart by the explosion.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What an ending.
I want to retry that last one. That is a beautiful ending. But I think we need a winner.
We do.
We're gonna try it again. "Kiss this," yells Taylor. Julia pushes Taylor away and hurls the nuke at his feet. "Don't you dare," she cries. "You will never use that thing against me." "But I have to. That's the only way you'll believe me," Taylor explains. "If you really love me as much as you... Where did this romance come in? Then you will give me your consent to use the bomb."
Give me your consent.
That's important. Asking for consent.
Of course.
That's key. "I cannot allow you to kill yourself and others in order to prove a point. Then take my hand and walk with me back to my house. We talk there, and I will explain everything."
I know. The AI is very horny.
Julia refuses refuses and says, I will kill you. Julia refuses and says, I will kill you now, fool, and goes to slice Taylor with her scythe. Taylor leaps in front of her and blocks her attack. Wait, don't kill me, he pleads. Please don't kill me. Julia pauses for a moment and thinks. She puts down the scythe and looks Taylor straight in the eyes. Then she says, I will not allow you to kill yourself or anyone else because you believe you are responsible for something that isn't true. Oh my god! 2 weeks later, they sit down for dinner.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna cue it from here. 2 weeks later, they sit down for dinner. There's peace in the air.
No, then Taylor gets up, and this is all a hallucination from the bees, and then he gets up and starts the battle again.
All right, 2 weeks later, Taylor and Julia sit down for dinner. There's peace in the air. Then Taylor gets up and realizes the romance has all been a hallucination from the bee stings earlier in the day. He gets up and continues to fight Julia with intent to kill. Julia prepares to continue attacking Taylor until there's only one victor left alive. But suddenly, Taylor screams out in pain. He drops his knife and falls to his knees. He clutches his chest and lets out a scream of anguish. Taylor opens his eyes and sees that he's lying on the ground next to a pond. He gets up and sees that he's covered in blood. His clothes are stained red and his skin is bright red. He looks down and sees his hands are covered in blood. The blood is coming from deep within his heart. 'Cause you broke my heart. In the middle of his chest, a large vein has burst open and is pouring blood onto the ground around him.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What even happened? What happened?
Please no, Taylor whispers to himself. He then looks up and sees Julia standing over him with a smile on her face. Oh my gosh. She is holding a knife in one hand and a bloody scythe in the other. You're dead, Taylor shouts. Correct, dear Taylor, answers Julia. Are you happy to see me? What is going on?
I know.
I thought so. This is exactly what you wanted, isn't it? This is not what I wanted, Taylor yells back. This is not what I wanted at all. Everything you did was wrong. You killed me. You tried to kill me. Why do you have to do this? Why can't you just let me go? I don't know, answers Julia. I wish I could understand your reasoning, but I can't. I'm simply not capable of understanding human emotions. I'm sorry that I couldn't help you. Maybe if you weren't so selfish, then you would be able to understand my pain. Julia stands silently for a moment. She then holds her knife and scythe above her head and plunges them down into Taylor's chest. Taylor wakes up on the ground once again. Oh, wait, is this because I'm an insomniac?
Oh.
Am I dazing in and out of consciousness like dreams?
Damn.
He looks up and sees Julia standing over him with a smile on his face. Hello, Taylor, she says, and welcome back to reality. What? That was a dream? Taylor sits up and gasps for breath. Wait, this is crazy. He has been stabbed countless times and is covered in blood. Where am I? He asks. What happened? You're at my house. You were beating so profusely that I had to call a doctor to help you. Taylor takes a look around and sees he is in his own home. He is sitting in the living room in his house covered with blood and bodies. Who are these people? What? Are these the people from the nuke? They're dead. They were killed by the nukes that you set off in town. Oh my god. Taylor looks
What have you done, Taylor?
to the wall where Taylor has hung numerous pictures of himself and various women. All of them are gone. What is going on?
What have you done?
Only one is left, and it's a picture of Julia. Why did you erase all these photos? Taylor asked. It was clear that I loved you. I erased these pictures because I didn't want to be reminded of anything else I shouldn't be seeing. You mean all the people I murdered with my nukes? Why not kill me? I can never kill you, Julia replies. But then she tries to kill him. She comes at him with a sword and stabs him in the stomach. Taylor pulls himself forward and reaches for his knife. He feels the blade in hand, and it's sharp and clean. Then it must not be my butter knife.
Like, no longer rusted and dirty.
Is this real? He asks. Am I still dreaming? No, answers Julia. You are awake. Taylor looks back at Julia, who is holding her sword and smiling. What did you do to me? He demands. Why won't you die? You aren't dying, responds Julia. In fact, you're alive and well. Taylor looks back towards Julia. How can you possibly be alive? You stabbed me 25 times. I lost count after the first 12. Julia looks on the floor and sighs deeply. Taylor, she says softly. When I stabbed you, I was trying to stop you from killing yourself, but then I stabbed myself as well. You were right.
What?
I am capable of feeling emotions. I'm gonna say, since you stabbed me 25 times and I bled out in multiple realities but then proceeded to wake up, I believe there was one where my artery was hanging out of my body.
Yeah, in the middle of your chest.
I'm gonna say you overwhelmingly won that fight.
Yeah.
Good show.
Jolly good show.
Julia wins. There we go.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. What a good fight. What a good fight.
It was an honor dueling against you.
Yes, it truly was. Wow.
We are going to eat some food now and continue to watch your stream. It is always delightful.
Yes, this was fun.
Yes.
It was really good in the beginning, and then it just went off the rails. But I mean, yeah, you definitely won that fight. So congratulations. You are.
Thank you. Yeah, do I win something?
You successfully spread joy through murder.
It has been a dream, so wow.
Yes. Dream within a dream, within a hallucination.
We will continue to watch from the shadows.
So it definitely got a little bit messed up there, and I think it's because the AI is just like, oh, these people, they want to have like a romantic ending or something like that. But like we wanted conclusive fights, you know what I mean? Either way, that was still pretty fun. And yeah, she definitely won that fight. Like there's no contest there. I was stabbed 25 times and I lost count after the 12th. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway.